Why, hello everyone, welcome back to PlayFrame, welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Story Mode, and welcome back to here. We've got a date with that volcano. Yes, today we are going to do the Trial series, which was added to Stormblood. You'll recall, at this point, there's kind of a pattern of releases with each expansion, same as in Heavensward. Each expansion brings 2 raids, one for groups of 8, one for groups of 24, but also a Trial series with lots of boss fights that involves a party of 8. It may just be 3 or 4 boss fights, but it has like a whole quest line involved and stuff like that. The last one we did for Heavensward was the Warring Triad one. This one is, I believe, called the Four Lords series, and should be a good time. And it starts here with Soroban. Hello. Soroban is about to present you with a proposition you would be a fool to refuse. I'm listening.
You would know more of my venture. Excellent. I should be glad to tell you all I know.
Right, you mentioned a venture that I could take you up on later, and then that was a while ago and I forgot. Sorry to leave you out here for weeks.
Though perhaps it would be easier to let our anonymous client speak for his or herself. Here, their missive.
For the Ruby Sea and all who call her home, we seek the aid of the warrior who laid low the Lord of the Revel. But first we bid him make haste to Hell's Lid and quell the Oni that dwell in its deepest depths. Should he succeed in this test, we shall speak of the true endeavor and consummate reward.
A strange proposal, aye, though it must be noted that they knew both of your deeds and of our part in them. The Red have no love of trickery, so I doubt it is a trap of theirs. And should this client have honest intentions, then, for the sake of these waters, it may behoove us to engage them further. As for their test, enclosed with the missive was a magicked dagger, along with instructions as to how it may be used to open a hidden passage into the depths of Hell's Lid. I should mention that this dagger is old and exceedingly valuable. That our client was willing to trust it to us without a guarantee of our cooperation bespeaks considerable wealth, and more importantly, considerable reward. If you are willing to undertake their trial, I shall journey to Hell's Lid and prepare to open the path. But given the financial incentive, I think it for the best if I went and fetched Mistress Tataru. Wait for us there, then.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, we're also going to get to hang out with Tataru some. And about time, I say. Don't know why Hancock got to hang out with Tataru this whole expansion. Doesn't seem fair. Anyway, let's start making our way over to Hell's Lid. By which I mean the angry-looking volcano mountain over here. Boy, flight is great, huh? Big fan of being able to fly around and see these places from so high up. I wonder if you can actually see the, probably not. I was wondering if you could actually see, like, the domed cities under the water at all, but not with the way they render things in this engine. Oh, well. Well, here's Hell's Lid, but where are they? Where's our entrance? This looks promising. Yes, here we go. We wait. Hello. Hope you haven't been waiting long, Derman.
My apologies for the delay. I thought it best to explain everything to Mistress Tataru on the way.
Honestly, all you had to say was that he'd found a way to make up for Alphino's obscene expenditures. No matter how reckless or dangerous the scheme, if it balances the ledger, I'm all for it. So there's a bunch of monsters living beneath us? What kind of place is this?
Well, according to ancient legend, Hell's Lid is where the hero Tenzen defeated a host of Oni.
I am not familiar.
Oni were foul, evil beings that tormented the peoples of the Ruby Sea, and this island was home to many, until Tenzen, together with the Four Lords, drove the Oni into the sea. For his heroic deeds, Tenzen was showered with riches. He then journeyed deep into the mountains, far from the realms of men, and lived in solitude with his companions, happily ever after.
And now Dermon's being asked to drive the Oni away again.
You misunderstand. What I told you was a fairy tale. To the best of my knowledge, no one has ever seen an Oni. If anything, many assume the tale refers to ancestors of the Kojid.
So what you're saying is that you've got no idea what's waiting for us down below. In that case, I'll leave this to the experts. If you need me, I'll be hiding behind that rock over there. That's reasonable.
By experts, I presume she means you and your adventuring companions. I do hope you are not counting on me to join you in the fight.
Oh no. I've got a gang already. Ready and prepped for battle. Because yes, this trial series, in addition to the boss fights we'll be doing, also has a dungeon or two. It's at least one dungeon, that's for sure. This is it. This is the dungeon. Let me grab the party. All right, got ourselves a little squad assembled. I'll introduce them once we're inside. We've even got a little doppelganger today. That's fun. But okay, let's do the thing. Hell's Lid. Having found themselves in somewhat dire financial straits, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn are on the lookout for profitable ventures. Fortuitously, one appears to have presented itself, an anonymous missive from an individual seeking the aid of the warrior who laid low the Lord of the Revel. But before they will divulge the details, they would put your abilities to the proof. To wit, you are to venture into the hidden depths of Hell's Lid, a volcanic island once home to a host of Oni, at least according to ancient legend. Let's go in and find out. Begin. Welcome to Hell's Lid. Angry volcano. And a very good-looking group. All right, let's see those portraits. Let's see, we're joined today. Tanking will be Termin. Our healer will be Lelena, and our damage dealer and also, I guess, babysitter of our tiny group will be Petra. Everyone's looking great. Let's go! And fight some very spicy crabs. Oh, it feels good to be samurai again. I actually half remember what I'm doing. I'll remember to use like 60% of my abilities, as opposed to the, I don't know, 25% I remember with most of the other jobs. What good crabs. And what good lava, too. It's real pretty in here. I love how colorful Stormblood is. It's not like it's that wildly huge a graphical update over what Heavensward brought. Like, Heavensward was also very beautiful in many places, but I think it's just all the vibrancy of the regions in Stormblood that really makes it feel like a place where the visuals of the game just take a noticeable step up. And the spectacle. Pushing back the lava. Oh, look out. So many fiery and lava-y things. Oh boy, that's gonna get a little spicy. I will say, I don't regret running so many dungeons with trusts now, because I love all the additional character bits and moments we get, but boy, these do go faster with actual players. And trusts weren't even an option for this one. This is an optional dungeon, and they have not added trust support for optional dungeons, so those are players only. But here's our first boss. Otake Maru. Not too much we have to worry about here on this one, but there are a couple moves we should pay attention to. Like that one, 100-ton swing. There won't be an actual, like, visual AoE, as you could see there. That's just a big spin they're going to do. That covers a pretty wide range. Wider than I remembered, as you could tell. So we'll want to not just stand in that one in the future, like this time. Stand back. Learn from your mistakes. There we go. And now for their other signature move, where they throw their weapons up in the air, they come crashing down, and also they just chase somebody around barfing lava, which hurts real bad. And then they'll jump to go pick up their weapons and do little spins near them, so don't stand near those either. But that's it. That's most of what you gotta watch out for. And just the other more obvious self-explanatory danger puddles along the way. There we go. Hey, don't barf on the treasure, man. We're trying to... Can't reach. Too hot. Okay. Further in. Ooh. Ferret. Come back. I love how many spicy themed monsters we got in here. There we go. Grab this too for the road, why not? Ooh, you're pretty. Love these caves. It's really unusual for these little trial series that they add in the patches post-release to actually feature dungeons kind of in their quest path. Much less 2 of them. There's 2 of them in this one. Just 3 bosses and 2 dungeons. It's not a bad thing, just unusual. That next boss ought to be coming up, though. Here we are. Ah, our tiny friend. Huzzah. Oh. Kamaitachi. Looking great. Boy, I just want to catch you in a Pokeball. So also not too much to watch out for here. In general, though, do not stand in front of this boss. Like, it's usually a pretty bad idea to be standing in front of the boss regardless, but this one has a pretty nasty instant, like, frontal damaging attack. Not even that one. This is just another good reason to not stand in front of the boss. They have another one that just comes out without any sort of tell. That hurts a lot, so best to just stay back here, where it's relatively safe. Relatively. You know. Alright, so this is their signature move, Whisper in the Wind, which spawns a whole bunch of little ads, and also some thunderstorms, and also these little wind gust things. We need to watch out for the thunderstorms, because those hurt and also knock us around a bit. But also the boss is going to now run across this little crisscrossing path real fast and hurt. So you don't want to stand under any of that. Oh boy. I'm staying over here. And now they're going to do a big proximity damage thing. So we stay over here, and we're fine. Let's finish this. There we go. Onward. Long fall. Ooh, pretty. We've fallen into a very pretty place. I like it down here. Alrighty. And now, for the last boss of this little dungeon. Turtle. To battle with Genbu. I love him. Lots of water-based attacks with this one. So this is sort of the main attack to look out for. See this blue ball? It's going to follow, it's going to generate a wave that's going to follow the pattern of the arrows across the floor. The wave hurts quite a lot, so just figure out where the ball wave is going to go. Get out of the way. All right, some more of that. Ball's gonna go that way, and then out. Okay, we're fine right here. At a certain point, though, the boss is going to shield up in the center. At which time, we're going to have to dodge a bunch of AoE and also kind of destroy a certain object to get at them before they can fully charge a big gauge. Whoop. Okay, water's going... Oh, it's... Wow, it's covering a lot of the floor this time. Okay. It's going that way, and then that way, and then that way, and then that way, and then out. Okay. This is a good mechanic. I like this one. It would seem a more stringent test is in order. All right, there's the shield. Ow. Overcome the gate or be consumed by the waters. All right. Overcome gate. And also look out for AoEs on all these little platform things. The segments of the shell floor, you know. Break it. Okay, it's going across and then around and oh boy, spread out. Ow. We're okay. Come on now. Get beat. There we go. Oh. Turtle. Didn't know we'd had a little mini Power Ranger in our midst. Good job, team. I saw that costume change. It's an honor. Your secret's safe with me. Anyway, thank you very much, gang, for the good little dungeon run, but I've got a lot of story to get to, so let me go ahead and get to that. See you outside. Turtle, you all right? I promise it was much bigger when I was hitting him with a sword.
Perhaps we should turn him right side up.
Flip. Oh my. Hello.
Oh, ho, ho, a marvelous performance. Truly marvelous.
But then you did best the Lord of the Revel.
By the Kami, a talking turtle!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. I trust you'll forgive me for my deception. 'Tis something of a Far Eastern tradition, the testing of strength and so forth. A bit rote, perhaps, but anyway. Welcome to Reisen Temple. I am Genbu, guardian of this sacred place and leader of our little collective.
Genbu? The selfsame Genbu of the Tale of Tenzen. One of the Four Lords. Under normal circumstances, I would assume you named for the legendary being, but clearly this is anything but normal. Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would meet a talking turtle.
Soroban, please. Oh, but every one of us here can speak your tongue. Is it truly so surprising? After all, we each have lived more than 1,000 years. I knew turtles were long-lived, but I had no idea that was even possible. In this wondrous land of ours, it is said that a beast which lives 1,000 years attains a measure of divinity. This temple is a place where such auspices may gather. But take not my word for it. Speak with my comrades, learn their tales. We will talk of the endeavor after. I would love to. We may as well do what he says. Besides, who knows what valuable secrets some 1,000-year-old animals may know. That's true, the ancient gossip to which we now have access. Please, converse with the others. We can speak of the endeavor once you have a greater understanding of who we are. I'd love to. Kuragitsune. You're very cute. A friend of mine, Tamamo Gozen, once called this place home. Possessed of 9 tails, her power far eclipsed my own. But one day she left to live amongst man. What became of her, I wonder? Could not tell you. I'm new to all of this, and you two are just precious. Hello, Komainu. You will go no further. The reason should be plain. Beyond lies the prison of Koryu. Were you to damage the wards, he would break free and all would fall to ruin. I know you're all very old, but it's hard to not just give you all very cute voices. Because look at you. Nue. I'm Nue. If you ever need someone to call lightning down upon your foes and whatnot, I'm your auspice. Of course, some fairy tales would have you believe I'm something altogether different. A monkey's face, a lion's legs, a snake for a tail. Ridiculous, am I right? Not as bad as that horse with the head and body of a rabbit, to be fair, but still. Don't talk to me, Derman. Talk to the cat or the weasel. And what does the fox have to say? I'm going. Trust me, I want to talk to every single one of these as much as you want me to do that. Kamaitachi, hello. Hey, that hurt. You didn't have to give it everything you had in that fight, you know. I only just went through the chain, so it's not like I'm going to slow you down that much. Well, I suppose you didn't know it was all for show. And I was probably really intimidating. Oh, right, you were asking about the collective, weren't you? Let's see. Genbu's the oldest of us. Oldest in the Far East, too, I think. One of the 4 lords, so as you can imagine, he's much more powerful than regular old auspices like me. But you probably knew all that already. I did not. This is all new. Thank you for the information. Assume I know nothing. In 80-90% of cases, it's turned out to be true. Foodie. You're adorable. I know you're all 100 times older than me, but I'd like to have you all as pets. And run, like, you can all stay here. This can just be my little underground zoo, but yes, I like you all. Headed to the surface? Follow me. No, Foodie, I'm not actually trying to leave. I appreciate it, though. I'll talk to you in a minute. Inugami. Inugami's my name. Men speak it in hushed tones, mistakenly believing me to be a vengeful spirit that murders indiscriminately. There was a time when I killed men by the hundreds, but that was in retribution for the countless creatures they themselves mercilessly slaughtered. It was most deliberate. I see. That's comforting. How much more of the old tales are true? Boy, I don't know. This is a very eye-opening day for all of us. And way cuter than I'd have imagined. Judging from the way you and that woman are gawping, I'm guessing you're not from around here. Don't know how it is in your homeland, but here, if an animal manages to survive 100 years, it begins to get ideas. Delusions of grandeur. Some small power, sure, but nothing much to speak of. Survive 10 times that, and you become a full-fledged auspice, though. Speech. Magics. It's quite the change, believe me, which is why we call it the change. What, I never said it was something clever. Anyway, point is, don't let our appearances fool you. I could kill you 5 times before you hit the ground. But I won't, on account of me being civil. For now. Nice to meet you, Senri. You're adorable. Okay, I'm starting to get a loose sense of how things work around here, Genbu. Now that you have a greater understanding of who we are, I shall tell you of the rather thorny predicament we now face. The divinity of we auspices manifests in myriad ways. For example, I possess clairvoyance. And with my preternatural power have I seen a vision of the Ruby Sea, of Yanxia, of Hingashi, subsumed by roaring flames. That's not good. This is no distant future, I fear, and if we are to avert it, we must needs enlist the assistance of an exemplary warrior, one such as he who faced the Lord of the Revel and lived. What should we do? What should we do? Fear not, little one, for I have a plan. But to understand it, you must first understand the duality which lies at the heart of we auspices. The Aramitama, the primal rage, and the Nigimitama, the boundless calm. These elemental forces comprise the soul of an auspice, and it is only when they are in balance that we are truly ourselves. Alas, over great spans of time, or when caught in the midst of tumultuous events, this balance may be disrupted and the soul may be divided. An auspice overcome by the Aramitama is a wild, feral thing, all the more dangerous for their divinity. Calamity and catastrophe invariably follow, tremors and floods which destroy men's works.
Auspices can bring about these natural disasters. How frightening.
Perhaps, but you must remember that there are auspices who delight in aiding the peoples of these lands, auspices who may have even wreaked havoc in the past. Recall you the tale of Tenzin and the Four Lords? The one Saraban told us before, about a samurai and the auspices who drove the Oni from this island into the sea? Just so. Yet I fear his accounting of events is not quite accurate, for it was not Oni we and Tenzin cast out from this place, but an auspice. An auspice with the power to move heaven and earth, Koryu. Wholly consumed by the Aramitama, he stoked the flames in this island's heart until it very nearly erupted in a fiery maelstrom. Tenzin led us in battle against our mad brother, and together we sealed him in this temple. But as the truth of the tale fades from memory, so too do our wards weaken, I fear. Should Koryu break free, he may well finish what he began and ensure my vision of flames comes to pass. So, long story short, you want Durman to give this Koryu what for when he wakes up? That's the thing I'm best at. I should think not. His accomplishments notwithstanding, it would be foolish for any mortal to face Koryu without proper assistance, to wit, that of the Four Lords. Regrettably, I am not the young auspice I once was, and to make matters worse, my 3 compeers have nearly succumbed to the Aramitama.
Kami forfend. 3 of the 4 lords have gone mad. The Ruby Sea is doomed.
Nearly succumbed, nearly. Alas, in marshalling their strength to retain control, they are unable to commit their powers to the preservation of the wards holding Koryu in his prison. And now that you have a full and complete understanding of the situation, we may at last discuss your part in all this, warrior. I would have you and your comrades face mine in battle and quell their raging Aramitama. What say you? So I don't get to kill him? Well, it's still something. I don't feel like we're that violent, if it's the only way. And it does so often seem to be. Oh, you are an intriguing one, aren't you? We are grateful for your assistance. Let us brook no further delay and introduce you to another of the 4 lords. I informed Byakko of your arrival when you first entered our domain. He should be returning any moment now. Come, come.
Lead on, Tortle.
Oh, you're bigger. And so muscly. Very ripped.
A magnificent coat of fur that shimmers as snow, as befits Byakko, the white tiger of legend.
He's quite a bit bigger than the other animals, isn't he? Quite a bit. I noticed that also. Don't be shy. He doesn't bite. Not without cause, at the very least. Bird. Bird, please calm down. I heard you shout. Hey. Bird was shouting like, a manful in our midst. And then you run up to the bird, and the bird's like, I hate manfuls, and runs away. It's very cute. Okay, sorry, where were we?
Old friend, the day of reckoning draws nigh.
The wards will fail, and Koryu will break free. Before he does, you must quell the raging Aramitama in your soul. This warrior will help. Doubt not his strength, for he has danced with Susanoo himself.
It's true. A bold, audacious claim. Yet, if Genbu believes it true, the more I look at you, the more of him I see. A similar presence, perchance. A light. Very well. I will bow to my brother's judgment.
Wonderful. Then, without further ado, I shall bid my comrade relax and surrender to the Aramitama. What? Here? Now? Won't he go on a murderous rampage? Why, yes, that's rather the point. He will be reduced to the feral beast. And then it will be, Dermin, was it? Dermin's turn to do battle with my brother and help him quell the fury within.
But if all it takes to quell the Aramitama is battle, then why did you not do the same for Koryu? Why seal him away?
Because it was too late. As I said, Koryu was wholly consumed by the Aramitama. Naught remained of the Nagimitama. All that he was forever lost to us.
The effort I expend to hold back the fury I will instead use to safeguard the calm. It is then that you must act. But know that if you fail, it will only hasten my fall. My soul is in your keeping, Dermin. Do you understand?
I think so. If I hit you hard enough, everything will work out.
Then let us quit this place. Genbu may not mind the chaos, but if I'm to wager my everything, I prefer to do so in the land of my birth, to look on those familiar wilds with eyes that may soon belong to another.
That makes sense. When you return to the island, look for Furi. He will guide you back here.
Given the circumstances, perhaps it's best that we stay here. Would that be acceptable?
Oh, Soroban, was it? Be at ease. I have a task for you and your excitable urchin. Follow me. Did that tiny talking turtle just insult me? I think so. A little bit. Probably not on purpose. We are very small and childlike and looking, but then I don't feel like most any of the animals in this place have any room to speak on that front. Hold on. Ah, yes. Good. Sure am. Just went through the change. Pretty rare for a rat to live long enough. Rat! I'm an otter, good sir. Oh, good for you. Are you literally the same otter we saw out in the, map in one of the undersea cities? In that undersea village of, Yugiri's people where, Yugiri's family lives? Are you the same otter? You did seem to have, a lot of personality about you. It amused me. Sorry, this is a tangent, but this reminded me. It amused me that in comments, as soon as lots of folks saw this otter in those scenes, if this is the same one, the biggest reaction they all had was, man, that otter really cheats at cards. Because the Triple Triad card game is a thing in this game, and there's lots of characters out and about in the world who you can challenge, just like in Final Fantasy VIII, to a match. This otter's one of them, and apparently they do not play nice. Very difficult. Possibly cheaty. It's very good.
I do wonder what he will ask of us.
I do too, but I have my own concerns. I would go with you if I could, believe you me, but it seems we're needed here. Best of luck to you, Derman. Thank you. I have no doubt you will succeed. Same here. Got a good gang of folks who are waiting very patiently for me to talk to everyone. And I'm not even done. Headed to the surface? Follow me. Lead on. All right, let me go find Byakko. Byakko. Where are you, buddy? Oh, there you are. Boy, all the tigers are just big out here, huh? How you doing?
We are here. My earliest memories are not pleasant. From birth, I was shunned by man and beast alike, for my snow-white fur marked me a harbinger of doom. Cast out and hunted, I struggled to survive. But I endured. I grew older and wiser, and one day, I resolved to protect this place, and those that call it home. For, in spite of everything, it was mine as well. In time, they came to see me as a guardian instead of a demon. And yet, for all I've done to rise above the beast within, I may fall to madness and become the sum of their fears.
Not if I can help it. I have bested Kami, you know. You are in good hands. I don't know which one would be more comforting in this case. Still kind of learning my way around how you 1,000-year-old animals think. Believe in yourself.
Such confidence from one so young. But as age in and of itself does not confer wisdom, nor does youth go hand in hand with hubris. I warn you, for centuries has my Aramitama grown and festered. Hold nothing back, for I will not. Warrior, the time has come for you and yours to make ready. May the Kami grant you strength to save my soul.
I'm ready. It's time for the first battle. Let me get a team together. All right, today's second party is assembled. I'll introduce them inside as usual. First, the Jade Stoa. At the heart of every auspice is a duality. The Aramitama, the primal rage, and the Nigimitama, the boundless calm. Byakko of the Four Lords is on the verge of being consumed by his Aramitama, and should this come to pass, he will forever be no more than a feral beast. And so it falls to you and yours to face the legendary auspice in battle, to quell the madness within and save his soul. In a very fun fight, I must say. Let's go.
It begins. Receive of me my fury, children of man, and quell it!
Now there's a tiger guy for us to fight. And the crew is here. Let's make introductions. Snowcat and Miluda will be our tanks today. Healers will be introduced in a moment as soon as the thank you. Will be Skinnaman, great name, and Macho Nachos, hello, great look, loving it. And our damage dealers today, in addition to me, will be Embe, Umasti, and Alice. What a good group with good portraits. All right, gang, we are ready for battle. Let's do this. To war. We are ready.
There is no turning back!
So a lot of the moves in this particular fight are somewhat self-explanatory. Like, it's a lot of AoE and danger puddle types we have encountered before. With a couple of neat, just little special exceptions. That's what I kind of like about this fight. It's nothing terribly unusual or shocking. It's just the presentation's great. The boss has just grabbed one of our party members and is about to slam them into the ground on this spot, so slightly different use of a stack marker. We need to stack up in order to save them. Which is a great reuse of that mechanic idea. Great music, too. So glad you do your own voice. So now, these orbs are going to be flying around everywhere. We need to not touch those. But also, there will be these big, neat danger puddles that the boss is firing off. We also need to very much not be in the way of those. Lug out. Where are you going? Ooh. Well, now we're just fighting the tiger. And we need to burn it down as fast as we can. The lower we can reduce its health, the less we'll get hurt later. I should not be standing here, I don't think. It felt like a bad idea even as I was doing it. Oop. A spread out marker. Don't be near them. And don't be in that. Hold still. Finish them off. Don't let the roar of thunder happen. Or at least don't let them have much health when it does. Now for the fun part of the fight.
All creation trembles before my might. Behold, fury given forth.
Now we're in a tornado. And now we're falling.
My wrath is a ceaseless torrent.
But there are still things to dodge because we can move. So don't get hit by the orbs. Oh, get in the middle there. I love this. What a fun gimmick for a particular fight. Oh, orbs. I love the spectacle ramping up on trial battles. Whoops. Just with every expansion, they find new ways to ramp up the visuals of what they were doing before. Ow. Ow. Where'd you go? Oh. There you are.
To ashes with you!
Shield up.
Impressive! Very well, I shall bring all to bear!
Please do. And now we're in the last phase of the fight, where we gotta deal with lots of similar threats and moves as we saw before, plus one or two extras. Including this one, which is going to cast out a bunch of successive cascading lightning AoEs that we need to sort of thread the needle between. Only safe places under the boss.
Lightning shield!
Nope, okay. More cascading. Lightning strikes. Let the first round go past. Yeah, then thread the needle between. Oh, someone got grabbed. Stack up. I got there a little late, but they're still okay. Oh, still picking people up and throwing them. Oh boy. What a fun boss. Wear down that giant health bar. We've seen pretty much everything they're going to throw at us now. It's just more and more tricky, overlapping combinations of moves thrown out in more rapid succession.
You are stronger than I dared hope.
Look out for orbs. And that. Finish him. Yeah. Beautiful. Feeling better? There we go. Good job, squad. You did great. Thank you so much for helping and for making time. Thanks to everybody who's been making time to join in these. I've been recording these over, how long, how many months has it been? Doing all these raids and all this group stuff. And so many people have signed up and coordinated to join for specific fights, and it's been lovely. I've enjoyed all of it, so thank you all ever so much. Every last one of you. All right, back to story, and to you, I hope. Sorry about the... Listen, the doctor prescribed swift thwacks, so I guess get plenty of water and bed rest and call me in the morning. Maybe eat some soup. So, did it help?
You are indeed the warrior they say. Not unlike him in many respects. 'Twas in another era that we first met, him and I. Long, long before the kingdom of Doma. I told you before of my past, of how I was shunned by man and beast alike for the snow-white fur that marked me as a harbinger of doom. Bereft of family and friendship, of home, I wandered the mountains in search of a place to call my own. There I would accept my fate and await the inevitable. And become Swall. But death did not come, for I was unlike my brothers in more respects than my fur. With every century, I grew stronger and stranger, monstrous. In turn, what few creatures dared traverse my domain withdrew further and further. Never had I been so alone. And then one day, I woke to find a man standing before me. Bewildered, I rose and bared my fangs as I roared in rage. Begone, or I shall rend you asunder and feast on your flesh. What fool has the temerity to approach me thus? But the man did not flee. Rather, he stood his ground and said, This fool is named Tenzin, and ever since he was a child, he spoke the language of the beasts. Then you know full well what you stand to lose. Return to your people or die. But Tenzin threw back his head and laughed. They would kill me if I dared. For fear of my talents, I was banished. A harbinger of doom, they called me. In that instant, all my anger drained away. Tenzin's words had struck at the heart of me. Here was a fellow outcast, cursed by his kin for his very nature. That night, as I listened to his snoring, I realized I'd found in this man a kindred spirit. Soon after, we embarked on a journey together. In the days that followed, we met other solitary souls and aided them as we had aided each other. But those are tales for another time. I doubt very much you are willing to stand here in silence while I recount my every adventure with Tenzin.
Maybe if it wasn't raining.
Come, let us return to the temple. Genbu is doubtless eager to learn the outcome of our battle.
Okay. Yep, I will meet you back there. Everyone, I return. Hi, Furi. Can I come in? No need to explain. Genbu's told me all about you and the thrashing you gave him and the others. Need me to escort you back to the temple? Yes, please. I would like nothing more. Don't suppose some of you have new things to say? Looks like we owe you one, Derman. I'd certainly have balked at facing Byakko in battle. What with those fangs and claws? It was quite a fierce thing. I'm not going to talk to every single one of you again, but come on. Any of you who happen to just be on the way. You will go no further. That's the same. How about you two? How's it going?
Never meet your heroes, my friend.
Oh dear, what's going on? Please do not disturb us, Derman. We're in the middle of a very important training session. Oh. What's going on?
Far too long has it been since I had the opportunity to unleash my full potential. Stakes notwithstanding, it was a pleasure, warrior.
Same. Well done, Derman, well done. You've done my friend a great kindness, one we shall not soon forget. And how's this been going? Whatever this is. I'm not sure what's going on. I am afraid to ask, but what exactly did you ask Soraban to do? Oh, you needn't be so concerned. You know well the power of the Kojin's incantations, yes? I have but asked Soraban to undergo a little training, that he might assist us with the maintenance of the wards. He has demonstrated a remarkable aptitude thus far, in fact.
How much longer must I continue?
Concentrate. Less chatting, more chanting. What youthful energy. It has been far too long since we had the pleasure of such company. Not since Tenzin, I imagine. I've been meaning to ask, what sort of man was Tenzin? We only just learned the stories, and you've already said they were half wrong. Curious, are you? Very good, very good. Far too many people have no interest in the past. What to say? Well, for one, Tenzin was blessed with the selfsame power Derman possesses. The Echo, I believe it is sometimes called. Alas, as you probably know from personal experience, such individuals are often regarded with suspicion, if not outright fear. Nevertheless, Tenzin was a generous soul who was ever eager to aid his fellow man. Indeed, he died as he lived, fighting for the sake of those he loved. You see, when he faced Koryu, we four lords were still quite young and weak, not even auspices, in truth, and we could but look on helplessly as the two dragged one another to the brink of death. With the last of his strength, Tenzin imprisoned the mortally wounded Koryu. He then bequeathed to us a sacred treasure, a crystal which shone with an otherworldly light. Oft I have wondered if this crystal was the source of the power we would grow to possess. Would we have become the four lords without it? In my heart, I think not. We built this temple to strengthen the wards and safeguard the Ruby Sea in Tenzin's stead. His legacy would be ours, and so it has been to this day. And so it will continue to be. But only if we can rely upon you to quell the Aramitama of our comrades. That can wait, though. Byakko needs his rest, and so do you, Derman. In that case, it'd probably be for the best if I went back to Kogane. There's no telling what mischief that man will get up to in my absence. That is true. Mind the coffers.
I too shall take my leave. Doubtless I am needed in Tamamizu.
Oh, you're not going anywhere. Your training's far from finished, my friend.
But I can't possibly refuse the request of the four lords, can I? Oh. I hate to impose upon you, Derman, but perhaps you can go to Tamamizu in my stead. It may be some time before I'm permitted to return home.
Okay. I will tell them you are busy. Good luck with your... this.
I should be most grateful if you were to tell the elder of my plight. That is to say, this great honor which has been bestowed upon me by the four lords.
Oh, you bet. You've done more than enough for one day, Derman. For now, you and Byakko should rest. Oh, if you have any questions about this or that, Senri would be glad to entertain them. Really, I may have some, unless it's all the same stuff.
Peace reigns in my heart once more. Such tranquility, such serenity.
Glad to hear it. Are you going to be, like, shrinking down to normal tiger size anytime soon, or is... it doesn't matter. Senri? You're very cute, and I want to know what sort of information you hold. Oh, you're still here? Got something you'd like to ask? Possibly. I guess we've kind of heard a lot of this. Well, let's see how different this is. What are auspices? Tell you what, I'll repeat the exact same thing I told you before when I first laid eyes on you and your bewildered friends. I appreciate you letting me know that's literally the same thing. Is this, though? What is Reisen Temple? The temple? Now, I know someone had to have told you about that before. Forgetful bugger, aren't you? A long, long time ago, an auspice named Koryu succumbed to the Aramitama and went mad with rage. You know, kill everyone, destroy everything. Anyway, Tenzin and the Four Lords put a stop to his murderous rampage and sealed him here. Afterwards, in order to strengthen the wards binding Koryu, the Four Lords used their powers to build a magnificent temple. And that temple is... this one, of course. You don't see any other temples around here, do you? Now, this really ought to go without saying, but don't go messing about the inner sanctum touching the sacred crystal or breaking the sacred wards. Not unless you want to free Koryu and return the Ruby Sea into the Ruby Sea of Fire or Summit. Of course, since the world's filled with treasure hunters and cavalier idiots, the Four Lords hid the temple and recruited fellow auspices like yours truly to stand guard. So while it was never intended to be a home for us, it more or less became one. Okay, that was some new information. Tell me of Tenzin. Ah, Tenzin. Never knew him personally, but a decent bloke, by all accounts. He was a samurai and traveling companion of the Four Lords. Apparently, he had the ability to converse with all sorts of living creatures. Some even said he could converse with this star itself, silly as it sounds. Anyway, Tenzin made no effort to hide his conversational talents, which invariably led to people calling him a demon or a witch. But despite that, he still liked to lend a helping hand where he could. Can't say I'd have done the same, but seems to have paid off in the end. At some point during his travels with the Four Lords, people started calling Tenzin a hero, and tales of his daring do reached the ears of this king who decides to summon Tenzin and ask him to give Koryu what for. Sure enough, Tenzin says yes. Now Tenzin's strong, stronger than the Four Lords at this point even, and we've already established his altruistic streak, so off he goes, Phoenix Blade in hand, confronts Koryu, and sacrifices himself to seal the Mad Auspice away. Should have seen that one coming, am I right? The Ruby Sea and everyone in it are saved. People tell their children and their children's children of Tenzin's deeds, changing the details bit by bit, and that's how we end up with a ridiculous story about him and the Four Lords driving a host of Oni into the sea. That tracks. Genbu? Genbu? Hasn't he been talking your ear off this whole time? I thought you'd know by now who he is. I mean, I'll indulge you if that's really what you want. He's old and he's wise and he's got bad eyes. Genbu, I don't know what song you're referencing, but but seriously, he's one of the four lords. The most powerful, or at least he was at one time. He'd be the first to tell you he's not as spry as he used to be. But I suppose that's to be expected, given that he's been using his strength to sustain Koryu's wards for, several millennia, give or take. That's sure to wear anyone down. And Byakko. You're asking about our Byakko? Great big white tiger, the one you and your fellow warriors fought in a pitched battle to save his soul? Not some other Byakko, to be clear. Like Genbu, he's one of the four lords, from Yangcha originally, though that was long before my time. Apparently his fellow tigers didn't much care for his snow white coat and cast him out. Personally, I'm rather envious of it. Can you imagine me with those stripes? No? Never mind. Where was I? Right. So, one day, Tenzin chances to meet Byakko, who does his usual go away or I'll eat your face bit, but Tenzin's having none of it and somehow manages to convince Byakko to stop sulking and instead join him on an adventure or two. And wouldn't you know it, the old curmudgeon takes to life on the road like a fish to water. The two become inseparable, and together they manage to save Yanxia from a half-dozen calamities. Just goes to show you never know until you try, huh? Thank you for the summary. Probably don't need to do that for everything, especially the stories we just got, like Byakko's, but good to just chat with you, Senri. I need to go back to Tamamizu and report Soroban's absence, I guess. Let me out. Thank you. Bunshin, I return. Without any of my companions, but not in like a bad way. So Soroban will be staying with Genbu for a time. How wonderful to hear. I have no doubt he'll make the most of his most blessed opportunity. Oh, I have another missive for you. 'Twas delivered personally by an unusual cat. An auspice, I presume. You're taking this very well. You are welcome to come and go from the temple as you like. Furi will remain at his post above ground. You need only seek him out. I should be glad if you take him up on his invitation and look in on Soroban every now and then. After all, he is in essence our representative there. That is true. Perhaps I shall. But I think that's enough for today. We're going to continue that storyline next time. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you next time for some more of the Four Lords. Goodbye!